What are access specifiers? Access specifiers are keywords to specify the accessibility of a class, method, property, field. The keywords are public, private, protected, internal, and protected internal. Now here is a table that tells where these keywords are accessible and where not. For example, if there is a public method in a class, then this public method is accessible at every level inside the same class, inside the derived class, inside some other class, and inside derived class of some other assembly, right? Now do not worry, like if you don't know the assembly thing, that is basically the different project and I will explain that in my upcoming video. Okay, for now we can focus on this green zone. So public is accessible at every level. Private method is accessible within the same class only, nowhere else. Okay, internal is accessible within the same assembly, same project. The protected is accessible within the same class and its child or derived class, right? Even if the derived class is in some another project or other assembly, even then the protected method will be accessible there. Then last, protected internal is a combination of protected and internal. You can see wherever internal is accessible, protected internal is also accessible. Also, wherever protected is accessible, there also protected internal is accessible. What is internal access modifier? Let's see the code first. Here we have one project with one internal class employee. Okay. Now in the solution, we will add one more and new console project. Okay. Now in the new project, we will add the reference of the first project like this. Okay. Now inside the program class of this new project, we will write the using statement to refer the first project. And then here we are creating the object of the employee class. If the employee class is public in first project, then we will get the employee class here. But right now the employee class is internal and internal is not accessible outside the assembly, right? So it is showing error here, means it is inaccessible here. So as per the definition, internal modifier is used to tell that class method is a class or class method is limited to the current and same assembly. It will not be accessible to the other assembly. Assembly means project. Got it? Very short question here. What is the default access modifier in a class? Internal is the default access modifier of a class. What is boxing and unboxing? Here is the code. Here we have an integer num. Now integer is a value type. Then we are assigning this integer num to an object obj. And object is a reference type, right? So we are converting value to reference type. This is boxing. So boxing is the process of converting from value type to reference type. In C#, integer, bool, char, decimal, byte are value types. And string, array, class, object are reference type. Now what is unboxing then? Again, look at the same code. Here we are converting back the object obj back into integer. For that, we create one integer variable, and while assigning the object, we are explicitly writing int type here. So that is unboxing, which is just opposite of boxing. Where to use boxing and unboxing in real applications, in real projects? Here is the code. We are creating one array list and then adding the integer I into it. Now the array list do not store integers. It stores objects only. So internally this integer I variable will be first converted to object and then it will be added in the array list. Although we have done this but many times, like we have done this many times, but we might not know that we are doing boxing here. Then when we are extracting the items from the array list, then again we have to do unboxing to extract the object from array list and convert that into integer. The same thing I have written here. I hope now you understand the use of boxing and unboxing in your applications and projects. Which one is explicit, boxing or unboxing? Now if you look at the code of boxing and unboxing, we do not have to write anything or any type while doing boxing, okay? But when we do unboxing, then we have to write or provide the type here also. That means we have to explicitly provide the type for unboxing. The answer is unboxing in S is an explicit conversion. Is boxing and unboxing good for performance? This can be a follow-up question after what is boxing and unboxing. And if you use boxing and unboxing, for example, in your array list, then this here integer to object conversion and object to integer conversion, that is not really good for performance. That will slow down your process, okay? So the answer is no. It is not recommended to use boxing and unboxing. But yes, when it is necessary, then you have to do it, okay? Now, if the better idea is to use generic list, okay, otherwise that I will explain in the further videos. What are the basic string operations in C#? Let's go through them quickly. First is concatenate. Two strings can be concatenated either by using the concat method or the plus operator. See, here is the code and the output. Second is replace function. It is used to replace a string with another string. See, replace method will replace 1 with 2 in the string, and then this is the final output. Another important function is trim. Trim is used to trim the white spaces from the end of the string. Here is the example. Another contains. Contains methods check if a string contains a pattern of a string or not. In the example, if a string contains test, which it is, right, then it will return true. That's all about some of the important methods of a string. Here is a very good question about strings. What is the difference between a string and a string builder? When to use what? Let's see the example first. Here we have one string str1, and then we are manipulating str1 and adding some more string to it, right? Now from outside it looks like str1 is the same variable and only the value has been changed. But here is the catch. First str1 was a different string and this new str1 is a completely different string in memory. So both these strings are different and occupy different memories in memory, okay? So basically this is immutable. Immutable means a thing which cannot be changed after it is created. So when we try to change this string, it is not changed. Instead, it is creating a new string, right? So the short answer is string is immutable in C#. Okay. Now every time you will assign some value to a string, it is basically creating the new string. Now let's see the string builder. So here is the example. See here str2 is a string builder object. Now if I will append some value in it, then in the memory no new string will be created. Rather only the first value, the first string is updated, modified, the same string. So we have only one string in the memory and we can keep changing it with the help of the string builder. So the short answer is string builder is mutable in C#. That means if any manipulation will be done on the string, then it will not create a new instance every time. I hope now the difference is clear. When to use a string and when string builder in real applications. Here is the code of the string and here is the code of the string builder. The answer is, if you want to change a string multiple times, then a string builder is the better option from performance point of view, because it will not create the new string every time, and like in the memory also there will be only one string. The same string will be updated. But if you have a string which is updated only once or twice, then you should prefer a string only, because a string is lightweight as comparison to a string builder class, which is quite heavy. What is string interpolation in C#? Here you can see some code. We defined a string variable and then we are concatenating with another string like this, and then we are printing this. Both these statements will give the same output, okay? Now we have a new way to do the same thing, and this is via string interpolation like this. Here we will use the $sign before the double quotes and inside the double quotes we will put the string, and variable string we will put inside the curly braces, like I put the same inside the curly braces here. Again the output is same, but the benefit of this string interpolation is it is less in code as comparison to other. Especially if you have multiple variables, then it is more effective. And the definition is, string interpolation is a technique that enables you to insert expression values into strings.